Have you ever stopped to think about how the environment around you right now is impacting you? Are you in your room, in the bathroom, on a train? Where are you? Look around. Have you ever stopped to think about just how much of an impact where you are right now is having on your life? No? Well, I'm here today to encourage you to think a little bit deeper about that, because it just might hold some of the keys to helping you redesign your life. My name is Damien Madden, and these are my videos about how I'm redesigning my life, how I'm going from the life that I was living to the life that I always wanted to live. I'm hoping you're enjoying following along on this journey with me, and I hope these videos are helping you to just see things a little bit differently. And if they are, please give me a like and a subscribe down below as we get into today's slides and hear a little bit more around how your environment impacts you far more than you realize. An interesting notion to consider is that you don't live in an environment. You don't occupy an environment. It lives in you. Whether that's your family environment, your work environment, your team environment, your home office, your studio, all of these environments and these worlds that we have in our life are part of us. They're not places that we go into. They are in us. We operate in them, we function in them, and they can have a direct impact on how we think, and how we see the world, and how we feel. But all too often we just accept what we're given. We accept the environment we're in. But we can't just do that, because shaping our future and building the life that we want to live is about shaping the worlds that we exist in, those worlds that exist in us, shaping the world around us. It's why I talk about, with my experience art cards, redesigning how you approach your day, breaking out of autopilot, changing your commute, changing how you get ready in the morning, all of those little things that you've given over to autopilot. Because those are all little worlds that are shaping how you interact with the broader world. So if you can start changing the worlds around you, physically and metaphorically, you can really fundamentally change how your life operates, how you connect with the world, and how you function within it. Because we start ideas, but it's the world around us and the environments that we're in that shape them, that mold them, that make them what they will end up being. It's key to remember that. It's like a work of art. The artist creates the work of art and puts it there. But then when other people interact with it, that's when the true magic happens. When they bring their contextualization and their lived experience to seeing that artwork and interpreting it, they create new things. So we need to remember that. We start ideas, we start change, but our environments help us to see them all the way through. Now, like I said before, that can be about like how you dress, how you act, how you eat. That's actually, how you eat is a really good example. If you want to change your weight, or you want to lose some weight or get fit or healthy, then getting rid of the unhealthy food will help you to do that. If you have them around you, you're more likely to eat it. Now, it's just an obvious example, but it shows you how you start the concept inside you. I want to lose weight, I want to be healthy, and then you shape the environment, because the environment will have a direct impact on that. I created this image here using AI to sort of illustrate my point. This flower is alone. It's just a flower. But it becomes far more powerful, far more magical when it's placed in this garden, when it has this world around it. You see it differently. You think differently. You feel differently about it. Just reflect on that as I go back and forth. How does that picture make you feel with the single solitary flower compared to this picture? See how the environment can have a huge impact on how you see, how you feel about something. But we don't give enough thought to the impact of our environment and how it impacts us. We don't think about it enough. We just accept what we've been given. And yet every time we walk into a space, subconsciously or not, we start asking questions. Am I safe here? Do I belong? Where am I? And like I said, these environments aren't just physical environments. They're relationships, they're other things as well. You walk into these worlds, into these environments, and you start to think these things, ask these questions. And if you're not comfortable, then that starts to have an impact on you. That's why it's important to constantly be reflecting on your life, how you're redesigning it. Like I've said in other videos, it's an active process. You need to actually think about a lot of these steps because all too often we give them over to other people, other things, other systems to make the decisions for us. But they have a huge impact on you. So you need to be more in control. And that's my challenge for you this week. Take more control of the environments around you, those relationships, those spaces that you're in. Because you're always in an environment of some sort. But you need to know whether you've made the choice to design that environment to suit your needs, to connect with you, to feed you, to help you to grow? Or are you just tolerating something you've been given, something that you know is holding you back? Now, I know that's easier said than done. You can't just give everything up tomorrow. But if you're aware of the things you're tolerating versus the environments that you've designed, then you can start to make positive steps towards changing them. Acknowledging the things that are hurting you, acknowledging the things that are holding you back, and shifting those environments to make them into new spaces. Again, mental or physical spaces that will help you to be able to feel more connected, feel more present. If you can start to do this and start to design the world around you a little bit more, you will see that the designing of yourself becomes much easier. So what can you do if you're in this situation? How can you approach it? Well, one of the key ways that I like to do it is to know that it's about presence, not purpose. All too often we let the function of something dictate how it appears, how we interact with it, how it is. The function of the kitchen, the function of the lounge room. But is it actually set up for your optimal success? Or are you setting yourself up for failure? If you get easily distracted, then perhaps it's better not to have clutter around. Simple things like that. Have you created the spaces around you that are conducive to becoming present? Are there people around you that make it hard for you to feel connected, hard for you to feel present, that you want to keep disconnecting from, escaping into doom scrolling? If those people are around you, you need to seriously consider how you interact with them. Some people you might need to keep in your lives, others you may not. But be conscious about this. Presence, not purpose. And then looking at the whole concept of micro spaces for meaning. Designing little spots within your world around you, little pauses. Again, this is like slowing down. So mental spaces for you to slow down as well as physical ones. Can you find opportunities in the world around you, at your desk, at your bedroom, little spaces where you can have little escapes, small meditations? Perhaps you have a candle, a photo, a treasured souvenir. These small items that hold resonance, that hold meaning to you. These receptacles, these vessels that you put meaning in, that you have around you, that you can just find and touch and have a small moment. A micro space for meaning. Can you add more of these into your life? Because what you'll find is that they act as small little signposts, little reminders that no matter how difficult the day's getting, no matter how challenging that day might be for you, they're always calling you back to your journey, back to your process to redesigning your life. If you can find these micro spaces and actually place them into your life, you can create these opportunities. And as I've said many times, this is not about a solution. You can't just automatically, magically make the whole world around you perfect. You can't make it absolutely the best possible environment to redesign your life and give you everything you want. The world doesn't work like that. Our brains don't work like that. You need to give yourself permission that this is a journey, this is an evolution, and nothing's going to look perfect. It's always going to be messy. You're always going to have to be working at it. But that's part of the process that we're in, this constant redesign, this constant evaluation, this constant checking in. And if you're present, this becomes easier and easier. But that's why presence is important, because it reminds you to step back into the moment and to keep yourself grounded, to be here where you are now, looking at your environment, looking at the things around you, and making sure that they're the best things for you. So I encourage you this week to take a moment to pause, to become more present, and to think about the world around you and the environments around you and how you can make them more conducive to helping you redesign your life. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week.